For the past 30 days, I've been using money-making apps to see just how viable these apps can be and if they're even worth your time. Welcome to Payday Pursuit, where we discuss how to make money in unique ways and personal finance. If that's something that interests you, then please consider subscribing and leaving video suggestions down in the comments so I can waste my time instead of you wasting yours. Look, you've probably seen plenty of videos like this before. Someone spends 8, 24, or even 48 hours trying to earn as much money as they can doing surveys, downloading apps, playing games, etc. Spoiler alert, they are colossal wastes of time. In most of these videos, the people doing this type of work are averaging about $2 an hour, not to mention the limitations that come with some of these apps. Some apps are designed to prevent you from cashing out too early. Sometimes you will completely run out of surveys, or you will not even qualify for the surveys in the first place. The truth is, these apps are simply not a good method of earning active income. But what if it was passive? What if I could just run an app on my phone, let it sit there for a month straight, and have it earn me money while I sleep? Now that is an app I would download. I just realized I'm sounding like an ad. This video is not sponsored by anyone. Anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, which you should by the way, I'm always asking you guys for opinions on new projects, answering questions, etc. Just go follow me, it's a pretty nice community. But for the past month on my Instagram, I have been documenting my process of what is called phone farming. Here's how it works. You have multiple phones all running some sort of application that provides these passive income streams. These phones run essentially 24/7, and ideally, you only check on them when it's time to cash out. For me, I've been running an app called Current Rewards. This app offers things like surveys and the ability to download apps to earn money. But remember, I don't even want to touch my phone until it's ready to pay me. This is where their music feature comes in. In Current Rewards, which I have a referral link in the description if you want to check it out after this video to earn us both some points, there is a feature that lets you listen to music. That music then earns you credits every minute based on your earning rate. The more you listen, the more you earn. As you build up these credits, you can cash them out. This is pretty much how all these apps work, but to Current Rewards credit, they do let you cash out with a surprisingly low amount, which is awesome. The lowest you can cash out is $1, and that's with an Amazon gift card for about 7,000 points, which if you're doing the passive method, you'll earn that within like the first 2 days. The higher amount you redeem, however, the more value you're given. For example, the cash out with the most value for me, or so I thought, more on that later, is the PayPal $20 redemption for about 39,000 points. So now that you're kind of familiar with what phone farming is and the app I'm going to be using for this experiment, let me walk you through how I got it all set up so you can try this out yourself if you like. There are some pretty important aspects to this that I don't see many creators who do phone farming talk about. For me, I have set up 4 old Android phones. As you can see, all 4 of them are running Current Rewards. First things first, a question I was constantly getting on my Instagram is how I set up each account. Each of these phones have their own personal Gmail account linked to them, and each of those emails are associated with a different Current Rewards account. So each phone has a different account set up. When you set up your accounts, Current Rewards will most likely ask if you want to give the app access to your location in exchange for some of those sweet points. I did not personally do this because running multiple accounts as one user is against Current Rewards terms of service. That means they can easily ban your account if they realize what you're doing. So them seeing multiple phones at one location could throw a bit of a wrench in your plans. The idea is to keep these accounts as separate from each other as possible, because the last thing you want is to have all your hard work go to waste. Next, I have each phone charging. Current Rewards also pays you a few points whenever you charge your phone if you allow it, and we're trying to maximize the passive income here, so I'll take all the free points I can get. I do recommend you buy something like an outlet timer if you plan on doing this long term. They're pretty cheap, and essentially what they do is just turn the power on and off at set times of the day. Doing this will help you ensure the phone stays on, and it will also extend the life of your device, because running a phone 24/7 while charging is never a good idea because it will completely wreck the longevity of your battery. For me, because I've just been closely monitoring the phones, I've just been unplugging them and plugging them back in every 4 hours or so. But again, an outlet timer would be much more passive. You've probably also noticed that each of these phones either have something in their headphone jack, or in the case of the Pixel 3 XL, some sort of adapter. There's a reason for this. In order for Current Rewards to let you earn points, your phone cannot be on silent. If you turn your volume all the way down, you will not earn any points. How I bypass this, because I don't want 4 different songs playing all at the same time, is if your phone has a headphone jack, then you can just cut the end off some old headphones, and that will mute the phone. Or you can just stick one end of an aux cable into each phone. If your phone does not have a headphone jack, thanks Apple, then you will need to use some sort of dongle with an audio interface. What I have set up is a powered USB Type-C hub with a pretty generic USB sound card. Both of these combined cost me like $15 total, and I'm sure there are cheaper options out there. And that's what I've been doing for the past 30 days. Now, I will admit that this idea is not entirely passive. For those who know my story, you know that I don't have a traditional job. My income comes directly from my own personal investments. This means I have a lot of time on my hands. Clearly. So I have been able to watch over these devices pretty consistently. The current rewards app usually stops playing music every 2 hours or so. This means that every 2 hours I have to press play, and every day I have to hit the check-in button and usually watch an ad. But if you are that person that has been doing surveys on apps like this for 8 hours a day, then please just try this instead and pick up some other ways to make money that's more worth your time. In total, if I had to estimate, I would say the total amount of time I've spent managing these apps is roughly 2.5 hours at most for the entire month. This comes out to about 5 minutes a day, so not too bad. I should also mention that there are auto clickers out there that will help you with this process by just tapping the screen automatically. I personally didn't use any because of all the people I've seen using them. They mentioned that those apps are finicky at best, and they can often just stop working randomly, especially if you try to do this on a cheaper phone or phones with a smaller screen. At that point, I would be forced to check it every day out of fear that it would stop working, so I might as well just tap the screen myself. Like I said, 5 minutes a day, it's not that bad. So now you know the setup and the commitment. And before we get into how much I've earned, I want to talk about who this setup might work best for. Honestly, I know not everyone has a bunch of old phones laying around, and I could easily expand this, purchase 4 more phones, double the earnings I've already made, etc. But the truth is, with a setup like this, you are completely at the will of Current Rewards. You're already giving them a reason to ban you by violating their terms of service, so to invest more money into a project that could be shut down quicker than it started is kind of silly. I think if you are someone who wants to make a little extra income from an app like this and put in the minimal amount of effort, then just install the app on a single device, maybe even your personal device, and just have it run every night when you go to bed. You won't earn as much points, but you will get the charging bonus I mentioned earlier, and your phone isn't making you money while you sleep anyway, so you might as well put it to work. You won't be violating their terms of service, so you won't be risking a ban, and you can even use your referral to get your friends in on the action. Doing a method like this might only earn you about 75 cents a night, but again, it's more than it was making before. But of course, if you want to try a setup like mine, then just do so at your own risk. Again, the worst case scenario is your account will get banned, boo-hoo. All right, moment of truth. After 30 days of running these phones, how much have I made? Did I actually get paid? And was it worth it? This video took 30 days to make and document, so please, at the very least, a like would be much appreciated. At the end of the 30 days, I was able to redeem the $20 PayPal reward on each phone, so that ends up being $80 in total. And before you go and comment about electricity cost, the total amount used is pretty negligible. Each phone cost about at most $3 a year to charge, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And I do not actually get to keep this entire $80. There were some fees involved that I was not expecting, which I'll touch on soon. And yes, I did get paid, but there is something I should mention. When you redeem a reward, you are asked to verify your phone number, just once. So if you want to download a burner phone app, then you can just use that. Or so I thought. Current Rewards is smart enough to detect virtual phone numbers versus legit SMS numbers, like with your personal phone. Because of this, you have to get a legit phone number. How did I do that? Not gonna lie, it was pretty sketchy. I went to the internet looking for non-virtual phone numbers and came across a subreddit that actually involves people selling their personal phone number for SMS verification. Like someone would pay me $1 to text them the verification code for a Tinder profile or something they're trying to set up without using their real number. Honestly, I think it's legal, but it's highly sketchy, and it could be a side hustle in and of itself if you're into those gray areas of side hustling. But on that same subreddit, there was a website selling phone numbers for about $1.75 a piece with discounts if you were buying more than one. I am not recommending you use these sites because I have no idea if it was actually safe or not. It might be your only option to get around this without an extra activated phone lying around, and the payment was through PayPal, at least. I did not give this site my credit card number, but again, do that step at your own risk and always do your research before giving any important information to people on the internet. Also to note, if you redeem the PayPal reward, the money is sent to the PayPal email address linked to the email that is associated with your Current Rewards account within about 5 to 7 days. I did not know this. As I mentioned, I created new email addresses for each phone, so I obviously did not have a PayPal for that email. Luckily, PayPal lets you link multiple emails to one account, but you are limited to 7 emails for one PayPal, and you can only have at max 2 PayPal accounts, a business and a personal. I added the email to my PayPal after I foolishly redeemed it, and it all worked out perfectly fine, but just keep that in mind. There's also a transaction fee associated with transferring to PayPal, so instead of $20, I received $19.20. Because of this, I would actually recommend you use the Amazon Cash Out if you can, because they do not take a fee and they just email you a gift card code, which just seems so much easier in my opinion. This also makes it more valuable than the $20 PayPal card, even though you're spending more points. So after everything was all said and done, I received $19.20 per phone, paid $5 for those 3 phone numbers for the verification, and I'll toss in $1 for electricity costs just for fun. So after roughly 2.5 hours of work in 1 month, I am left with $70.80 or $28.32 an hour. I hope this video was helpful for any of you and really got your mind turning about new ways you can make money. Thanks for watching.